Okay, so first time in a game using pitch com.
Yeah.
You use it very limited with tie block on the mound. How do you feel about the new technology?
I think it's going to take a little bit of time for me, for the pitchers, just to kind of get in the flow of the usage of it. You know what I mean? We were just trying to use it with a guy on second today, and there was only a guy on second for one pitch, so we used it for that one pitch, and that was about it.
Yeah, so I guess now have you used it much in live BPs? I know Brian Servin has.
Mm-hmm.
How about you?
We've used it. I've used it in one live BP, one bullpen, and then just kind of tried to take it in the game today. I just kept a few times I've hit it on the side of my shin guard, but it's going to happen, and as long as we just kind of keep the game under control, and at the end of the day, if I can put a sign down, and there's no really big deal about it.
Okay, so let's go back to that. Obviously, you got to get the kinks out. What is the kink when it comes to you accidentally hitting the buttons? Kind of explain that to the camera.
Yeah, it's just if I were to put a sign down and we're not using it, say with a guy on first, or I'm trying to cover a sign from the third base dugout, the third base coach, something like that, and I accidentally tap it up against my shin guard, it could trigger a wrong pitch that I don't want to call, or a pitch out, or something of those sorts. But I think it's going to run pretty smoothly, considering I've used it maybe for like 10 minutes before today's game. But I'm gonna practice with it on my own and just kind of try and get the buttons figured out. But it's nice that we can set every button to whatever we want. So at the end of the day, we have full control over what we want the pitch comm to do.
Yeah, it's funny because when I've read a few stories about it, and it's like, this is wonderful,
Mm-hmm.
everything works well. For you to have maybe some things go a little haywire, that's more information.
Yeah, that's great. It's all trial and error right now. Kind of good, that we have these spring training games to do that kind of stuff. But I think in all, it's going to help me with, say we have 4 pitchers in a game that night and 2 of them use the same sequence with a guy on second, the other guys don't. Just sometimes the confusion, what if we're going strikes +1 with this guy and outs +1 with the other guy? Sometimes that's kind of the common one for me that I get a little bit confused on. Like, is this guy strikes +1? Is this guy outs +1? Like, that's really the only mix-up that I have. So I think it'll create just a cleaner flow. And at the end of the day, I think it's going to speed the game up a tick as well, especially, when runners get on. Maybe the bullpen comes in. Usually, the game slows down a little bit. So I'm looking forward to just testing it out, seeing if the guys like it.
Okay. Hey, I'm just wondering, since obviously we had the little accidental pressing, I've had a couple catchers tell me the concern could be a dirt ball that hits it. Have you had that happen? Or
No, I have not had that happen yet. So we'll see. We'll see what happens when that goes off.
Okay, tell me about the pitch that you used it on. Tell me what happened in that.
Yeah, it was a one pitch, called a fastball in, and the guy put it in play. And that was it. There wasn't anybody on second base after that. So, that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah, so I wonder, would it be better? I think the Royals were using it every pitch, if I'm not mistaken. But that maybe
they've just had more practice with it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's kind of all it is. So we just had a predetermined thing that we were going to use it just with the guy on second, and maybe tomorrow I use it with all runners on, and maybe by the end of camp we're using it full go, or maybe we're not. I don't know what the end result's going to be, final decision, but I think it's a great tool, and we'll see if we like it.
All right. Hey, can I do one